Hello and welcome to Coffee with the Angels. I'm Katie Kiefer of awakentheinnerlight.com and coffeewiththeangels.com. So today is Wednesday, February 28th, 2018. It is the last day of the month and we have a full moon tomorrow. So if you're feeling a little wonky, probably has something to do with it. So anyway, today's message is about truth or belief. So for those of you who are following along as these are made, you'll probably have noticed that there wasn't a Coffee with the Angels posted yesterday. And there wasn't because as I sat down and started doing my truth journaling, I went into a really deep, full day of session work on myself. A lot of belief work, a lot of digging, a lot of ferreting out problematic beliefs. And so what is really interesting is belief can masquerade as truth. And I've found this over and over and over again. Things that I have thought were truth, in fact, were beliefs. Now, was it true that I believed them? Sure. That is or it isn't. I did or I didn't. So the truth was that I believed something that I thought was truth, and it really was a belief. So the angels help us out a little bit here. It's going to take me a little while even to fully understand this. And so I'm just asking that the angels guide this and that Creator be here and that Creator's highest truth comes through and in a way that we can all understand it. Even if it does, whether my understanding's the same, similar, or completely different from yours, that's fine. But in a way that we can each understand this as is appropriate and continue to grow in that understanding. So, excuse me. Okay. The angels say, truth or belief. Truth just is. You are hungry or you are not. There is variance of degree to hunger, very little to a lot. Cancel clear. Wow. I must be having a really hard time with this. Okay, so I'm going to ask that we begin over. And I read this properly. Thank you. So beginning over, the angels say, truth just is. You are hungry or you are not. There is variance of degree to hunger, very to a little. It is still yes or no. You do not believe you are hungry, you are or you are not. Belief is questionable. Belief can and does change. Beliefs affect how you feel and your thinking. Believing you are undeserving of love often causes behavior of desperately seeking love. Believing you are deserving of love then seems to be all around and within you. Truth is objective. Belief is subjective. It is truth that every being is deserving of love. It is belief to think or feel anything other. You can believe or disbelieve truth. We encourage you to believe truth, for disbelieving truth causes much suffering needlessly. Your skills of discerning truth grow when you set out on the mission of being a truth seeker. Empaths, we encourage you to do your own inner work of deep healing. Your senses are so keen that damage may cause confusion unbeknownst to you. you may see truth where it is actually belief. We encourage you to take the time to move into objective space and ask for clear discernment. As you do this, your skills will sharpen, and you will also discover what is asking for healing within you. Your skills are needed on earth, in the world. To be your best, they need clarity and objectivity. Pardon me. Truth can be blunt, yes. Seek it with kindness. Share it with kindness. Earth is in need of truth, and truth with compassion and kindness. Your skills of discernment and truth speaking are needed now. And that's what the angels have had to say. And this is a message that really is important, because we need more truth. We have so much flying around that is belief, that is perspective, that is anything but Creator's highest truth, or even our own soul's truth. And so getting that clarity and discernment, especially in today's world, is so important. It is really vital that we do that, especially if we want to disconnect from the old and connect in with the new and create an earth and move into an earth and society where honesty and truth and kindness are really honored and respected. We have to do something different. And figuring out what is belief and what is truth is part of that. Because when we go along believing false truths, well, that's an interesting thing that I just said. So I'm asking that Creator clear me. Again, there is something about false truth, but that's for another day. False beliefs is really the big thing. And I'm also hearing that beliefs really aren't false. There aren't really false beliefs. When you believe something to be true, then you're dealing with a false truth. Okay, so this is flowing through as I'm speaking. I don't understand this, and I'm trusting that somebody watching this needs this or will have more understanding of it than I do. So when we're dealing with beliefs that are untrue, they can be considered false truths because we hold them as truth. Therefore, we believe that they're true, which belief drives our reality. And so in that particular individual's reality, it is truth, but it happens to be a false truth because it is different than Creator's highest truth. Okay, I hope you could follow that, because it was a little weird for me. But that's what I heard. And now they're telling me, don't bend your brain, it's okay. So, alrighty then. So that will be the way that is. And I'm picking up my other book. I got another book for my truth journal. And I originally called it my soul truth journal, and it's already morphing into just truth, period. And so I have several pages, like 6 or 7 pages here, of just writing out and uncovering beliefs. So my personal goal is to align myself with the Creator, with the all that is, as much as possible. I do have a very deep belief that there is an energy of creation that runs through everything, that is part of everything, that is the spark of life, the spark of consciousness in everything, including the rocks and the plants and everything. Everything has its own consciousness, even man-made objects. If you pay attention and you pick things up, you may be able to discern that. Depends on your psychic senses. But moving through belief systems, I realized yesterday that even though I had been kind of doing things all along, because I work on beliefs pretty much every day, even if it's just one or two, but I realized how much I'd been on the surface. And so it was time to dive in a whole lot deeper, and face the truth and allow the truth of what I was believing to come up. And I spent about 5 hours in this process yesterday. When doing it for myself, it can take longer than if I'm working with a practitioner, but I needed to do this for myself. And, there was a huge thing about being separate from God. I thought I had worked on that. That God is impossible to please. There was a lot that went into this, and even there was a belief about it is safe, I am ready, and I know how to claim my God self, meaning my divine sacred self, that part of me that is that consciousness spark of the all that is. And so I had to face a lot of truth. I had to face a lot of truth that I believed things that were really causing a lot of confusion and a lot of frustration for me. I won't say it caused a lot of pain because it wasn't painful. It was frustrating. It was frustrating as hell because I kept running up against this wall and I'm like, what is this? What is the truth of what is causing this? So, asking for the truth is vital. It is also vital that you be willing to take a look at it and recognize it for what it is. Because you can hold a belief that isn't truth. Not Creator's highest truth anyway. And so I really encourage you to become a truth seeker. And I do encourage you to do so through the energy of the all that is, because it has been said that if you go straight to the law of truth, which there is a law of truth, if you go straight to the law of truth, then what can happen is it may not be kind. It's very blunt. Now, I wanted to say I haven't experienced that, but actually I have. I've asked for the truth and kind of been slapped upside the head with it a few times. Yeah, that wasn't fun. So asking for the truth through the grace and the kindness of the all that is will help it be easier, because there's some truths that we are out of alignment with. And part of that, here's something else that was coming in earlier, especially as children, the way our parents would speak and the way the adults around us would speak, whether it was from the television, from the radio, all sorts of things, if it was spoken as though it was true, we probably accepted it as truth without questioning anything, because that's what children in a theta brainwave do. That's how the subconscious mind works. Children are in a theta brainwave dominantly until they're somewhere between like 6 and 8. And so all of that time, belief systems are built in because we just suck them in like sponges. And then we think they're true when they are beliefs. So I know I've meandered all over the place, that this is vital to understand. it is very likely that we have accepted beliefs as truth and that we don't know the difference. And there's times that this feels like it is an ongoing process, and it is. Sometimes it feels like it's never ending. It will come to an end. It might not be in this lifetime, but there will come an end. I don't know when or what that looks like or how many incarnations any of us will have between now and the time we've gone, okay, we've done everything with this that we can, let's start a new adventure. I don't know. But what I do know is the more you align yourself with the all that is, and the more I seek the truth, the more I seek, this is my experience, the more I seek the highest truth, the more I align myself with the all that is, the easier my life becomes, the less judgmental I am. Because I can go, oh, I see that they really believe that, and they think it's true, and it's not. And I can see that they're in this fit of emotion. Sometimes I can offer them truth and perspective, sometimes not. And it's not my job to do that with everyone. And for a long time, I believed that it was, and it's not. And it's not your job either. It's your job to hone your own skills. It's your job to speak up when you're called to speak up. But the number one thing, excuse me, the number one thing that is your job is getting your own discernment and developing your own skills. And knowing when and how and where to speak up. I'm still learning this too. Thank God I have friends who love me anyway, because I can be annoying at times. That's why I love having clients and being able to use the skills with people who want it. So having clients is quite nice because I really get to tune in and seek the truth and speak the truth, and I get to do it with kindness and with somebody who really wants to hear it. And so that's the key. Are you willing to hear the truth? Are you willing to seek the truth, the real truth? Are you willing to gain better discernment between belief and truth? It's an ongoing journey, and it is a process. And it's one that you are worthy of, and it's one you are deserving of, because you deserve the truth, and you deserve it with kindness. The earth really, really does need more truth. We need more truth. There is so much information around that it's mind-boggling. So we get really good at tuning it out, which may or may not be the best thing to do. That said, if we are tuning it out and distracting ourselves, that's probably not a good thing. But if we are tuning it out and then seeking Creator's highest truth and aligning with that, then I believe we are on the right track of making the changes that we want to see and being the change that we want to see. To be the change you want to see in the world, it requires truth. It really requires truth. Otherwise, you're just spouting out beliefs and attaching to beliefs. And what happens when the pendulum swings too far in another direction? The same problems occur, just from a different perspective. So if we really seek to align with the highest truth to the best of our ability and continue to grow that, then I believe we are on the right track of making the changes that we want to see and being the change that we want to see. To be the change you want to see in the world, it requires truth. It really requires truth. Otherwise, you're just spouting out beliefs and attaching to beliefs. And what happens when the pendulum swings too far in another direction? The same problems occur, just from a different perspective. So if we really seek to align with the highest truth to the best of our ability and continue to grow that, then we will be able to collectively come together and be different and be exactly what so many of us claim we want to see. We want to see more love. We want to see kindness. We want to see compassion. We want a lot of these things that we have to deal with here on the earth life to be different. And I'm hearing to end suffering. Well, to do that, we need to understand the highest truth of why this happens in the first place. So, okay, they're telling me that's it. We're done. Okay, so somehow I managed to get that all out with a few fumbles, but that's okay. So I hope you have found value in this. And I apologize for the stumbling and bumbling and this is a new journey for me, and every video I do is practice, 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 which was more beliefs I found just this morning and worked on. So had to do with practice and rehearsing, and yeah, I'm still processing that. So, but anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, the full moon is tomorrow, so if things are kind of weird, just go with the flow. Just go with it. Allow the process. Take a deep breath. Seek the truth and gain discernment between truth and belief. And just see how that works for you. It's been beneficial for me. So I hope that you have a fantastic day. Really, truly a fantastic day. And I will see you next time. Bye.